Attention coffee lovers. Are you tired of bland, uninspired coffee that leaves you feeling underwhelmed? It's time to upgrade your coffee game with Strong Coffee Company. Strong Coffee is specially crafted to deliver a bold and powerful flavor that will keep you energized, focused throughout the day. Made with premium beans sourced from the best coffee growing regions around the world, Strong Coffee is expertly roasted to bring you out the rich, complex flavors that make each cup a truly satisfying experience. But that's not all. Strong Coffee Company also offers a variety of benefits to enhance your coffee experience. The coffee is packed with natural ingredients like MCT oil and grass-fed collagen protein, which can boost your health, energy, support your healthy skin, joints, and more. Plus, the convenient single-serve packets made it easy to enjoy coffee on the go, at work, or while traveling. And now, for a limited time only, Strong Coffee is offering a special promotion for new customers. Use the promo code CHAMP at checkout and receive 15% off your first purchase. So why settle for mediocre coffee when you can experience the bold and invigorating flavor of Strong Coffee Company along with its many benefits? Head to their website, strongcoffee.com, and place your order today using the promo code CHAMP for an unbeatable deal.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. Whenever tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
You ready, man?
Yeah, pal.
You ready, man?
Yeah, I'm ready, buddy. How you enjoying retirement over there, pal? I feel like you're going a little stir crazy.
No.
I feel like wrestling, your son's wrestling, took up the slack, and now that's winding down, so now you're a little bored.
Wrestling's never over.
Yeah, true. But it says it's slack periods, right? It's slowing down a little bit.
We're not in season, but like freestyle season's up, so we're going to hit it. We're still hitting it, you know?
So you're not bored, is what you're saying, at all?
No, I'm a little bored.
A little bored? Mm-hmm. What do you do with your days? I mean, I know you still train.
I train.
Weight training now more than you ever have, right?
I have.
Trying to get your weight up?
I don't care about getting my weight up. I just, might as well lift weights, you know, get strong.
How's your body feel, though? For a guy that's had multiple surgeries and been through it.
It's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's ailing you now? Like it's all, is your hip at one point?
Shoulder,
your shoulder?
My shoulder. I'm about to get stem cells tomorrow.
Oh, you gonna do it?
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, are you doing the ones that you got from when you were kids?
No.
Harvested? No, that didn't work out?
No, it didn't work out.
Gotcha.
But I just got, fuck it. It don't matter no more.
Yeah.
I just got an epidural last week.
Ooh.
For my back issue. Remember I was supposed to be trying to get the ablation?
Yeah.
Well, the guy said an epidural. And it's a totally different. This guy's telling me it's a totally different spot from where I had the surgery. So I almost don't believe him, but I got the epidural anyway, just because when I'm
you base that off an MRI?
Yes,
okay.
Based off an MRI, and looking at the MRI, it does look like what he's saying is true, but just based on how I feel and my past history with it, I'm like, I don't think it's that one. But I went and got it done, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
No,
yeah.
Not really.
I've had luck like that.
Really.
Good luck sometimes, and bad luck. That's happened to me a ton of times. But I went to, Jen hooked us up, Dr. Johnny. Am I saying that right? Johnny. And he targeted a different area, and it's steroids, but it's not lidocaine and cortisone, which are the typical epidurals. It's something different, a little longer lasting. Huge word, I can't even pronounce it. But anyway, he targeted a different area, and it helped me. The first time helped better than this time. This time it helped for sure, but I still feel it a little bit. Last time, bro, I was totally pain-free for like 4.5 months.
And you don't know the medicine you said?
I could ask and find it out, but you couldn't pronounce it. It's huge.
You're usually good with a mouthful, though.
Yeah. It's not lidocaine or cortisone, but it's similar. I think he said they're little longer lasting.
But it's probably something along the same family.
Yep. Yeah, it's shit with me. I can't remember the name, but shit with my kids, I remember like everything the doctor says. If it's me, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, do it, whatever I need.
But when you're banged up, like I'll almost do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're hurting, yeah. You just want.
It's not like it's definitely not like the pain I'm feeling is not as bad as it was before I had the surgery for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude, I don't want to deal with it at all.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And it doesn't really affect my working out or anything like that, but it affects just like standing around.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Yeah,
know?
same. Yeah, I can
But
work
being
out.
active, I'm cool.
I just had a really good lift, but just like stand. If someone wants me to stand, like in the morning, I go in. I talk to a couple of the other guys I work with, and I'm in front of dispatch. And it's always the worst in the morning. And they want to stand on a concrete floor and talk for like 10 minutes. And I'm never a dick because I like the guys I work with. You know what I mean? But I'm like, fuck, my fucking hip is killing me. So I'm always like, all right, bro, I'll catch you outside. You know what I mean? And I just keep moving because the mornings are the worst. Once I get moving and get active and stuff gets lubricated or whatever, it seems to get a little better. But
so I'm the opposite. Morning I'm kind of good. End of the day, because I got some, probably just
compressing
it.
Yeah.
But like at wrestling, dude, I was at Red States. I'm on my feet all day, and I'm looking up at the jumbotron to see when he's up. My neck's killing me. Oh, dude.
You said when you do that shit, and you're there all day. Some of those things are like what 9-10 hours you're there for, right? You say
sometimes.
you don't eat.
I don't eat, bro.
That's crazy.
I'll force something at the
I
end of
would
the day.
be so fucking angry if I didn't eat. I get hangry.
I don't.
I get hangry, bro. If I'm hungry, I'm miserable.
I drink on the weekend, especially. I'll drink a cup of coffee in the morning, and if I'm busy, I won't eat till 2, 4.
You little guys, though. I mean, I guess it's a blessing because you would look. You don't want to be fat. You know what I mean? And but like Jesse, he eats like a bird. He's roughly your same weight, roughly, right? He's what 165,
70
170?
maybe, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I go out to dinner with him, and he orders a small meal. It takes half of it home at least every time.
No, that's not. I eat.
You do.
I eat.
Do.
When I go out to dinner, I eat. But I don't eat like today. I had an eat clean bro meal all day. That's it. And I worked out kind of worked twice.
Typically what I eat for dinner is an eat clean bro. I usually order once a week, and I always eat one for dinner. I order about 7 or 8 meals.
Then I had dinner.
And I'll eat. Oh, so you eat clean for lunch?
No, yeah, I eat clean for lunch, and then I
usually eat it for dinner because I'm a bachelor. I'm home alone. You know what I mean? So it's just easy. You know what I mean? You do it the right way though, bro. You do it. You get out a pan. You put the oil
Honestly,
in
though,
it.
with the new,
I just throw that shit in the microwave.
With the new packaging, I've been throwing it.
Have you? Yeah.
Easy.
It is nice now. He's got some new packaging that's really nice. I can't peel that. Can you peel that plastic off though?
I can.
I have to cut it off with a knife. I can't get. Every time I go to rip it, it tears. So I cut around it with a knife and just take it off. But
you really should. I mean, I think we should be taking it out of the thing.
I know, because of plasticides, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. But I drink out of a
really
plastic.
Cooking
I drink out of a plastic bottle all day. So
do you?
Unless I do, I drink water bottles all day. Water's my favorite drink, bro.
Yeah, then why don't you get a Yeti?
I should. Yeah.
Is that bad though? I wonder, like, what's in a Yeti? You know what I mean? What's that made of? It's stainless steel. Like, can that steel be bad for you?
Someday, somewhere, sometime, somebody's going to come up with something where that's bad for you. You know what I mean? So, who knows? But yeah. So you're a little bored.
Yeah. Well, no secret. I'm looking for space.
I don't know. That's kind of. I was wondering if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. We're on the hunt. Like, I'm really on the hunt. So it's going to happen soon.
Been training in the gi?
I've been training in the gi. I mean, I'm a black belt, obviously. I know jiu-jitsu, but to get caught up with some, I haven't had the gi on in a while.
How you feeling?
It wasn't. I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm learning. I got my man Tyler McBride over helping me out from Ricardo's, giving me privates a couple times a week, and I go roll with the gi. It's fun. It's like, honestly, I'm kind of falling in love with jiu-jitsu over again a little bit.
Greg Anderson was saying that.
Yeah.
Said he didn't like the gi, and then he got back into the gi, and now he doesn't ever want to train not being in the gi. Yeah. So I wonder if you'll be like that.
I do, but usually
now that you're not in combat, especially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So. But I usually go. I'll do the gi for like an hour, hour and change. I'll do a couple rolls with the gi, then I'll go roll with the guys no gi.
Yeah. So. Like
well, I know you, when I open the gym,
coming, bro.
We're getting you in a gi.
Yeah,
100%. Your kid does it now. 100%. So you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I need a little structure. I need a little, and if it's you, I'll come.
Yeah.
Tom DeBlas has an amazing school. Amazing dude. We've had him on the show. Great dude. But it's Forked River, bro. And I don't want to. If Frankie Egger, my friend, has one in Tom's River, there's no excuse. I gotta go. You know what I mean? So
it's coming. It's coming.
Hell, you got a ballpark idea when you think you could be up and running, or no clue?
No idea, honestly, because we had couple prospective spots that didn't pan out, so you got to find something, and then who knows, like build out and
eventually,
but it's coming.
Eventually, I mean, temporarily you might rent, but eventually you want to build, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's tough,
Stuff is stupid expensive.
Well, just renting. I mean, you can't get anything smaller than lesser than a 5-year lease.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So no matter what, I'll kind of probably be tied in with that. But yeah, eventually The idea would be.
I bet you'd be surprised though how long if you're building from scratch. It's going to take years. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, well, if I build from scratch, correct. Yeah. Unless I find something that I could outfit a little different or something like that.
Yeah. Dante, what's he got for square footage over there? Because he rents like a similar space, right?
I think 7,000.
Is that like
maybe?
ideal?
That's great. That's big. I mean, yeah.
Well, not compared to like a Nick Catone.
Well, Nick has 30,000 square feet.
That's insane,
just different. That's
bro.
like a Dave and Buster's for MMA.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
but he also runs different. Doesn't he have like? I see the sign. Isn't there? Don't they run? He's got a couple like offices out of there, like.
No,
what am I trying to say?
Called Current. It's like a recovery place. Yeah. That's next to him. Yeah, they rent that. They rent
that's
out. That's
part of the 30,000, though, right? Or no?
I think so. Yeah. I do.
So that probably helps. Plus, the upstairs he made into a school, right?
He did kind of, but I think they have to get permits and whatnot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I saw you did a seminar there. And
Saturday was packed.
He posted some videos. Man, that place was packed. They came out.
Yeah.
They came out. Yeah. Great. Did you just do an event? I don't know what it was for. It was a charity event. I saw you all dressed up. Jamie was there.
Yeah,
what was that
for Jamie's event.
Children's Hospital was that?
Children's Hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Great event. Where was that?
Long Branch. Oh no. Yeah, the Avenue. Is that?
Oh yeah.
I never.
Yeah, Long Branch. Yeah, nice spot. I saw Elevate Wellness was there, right? With your doctor.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Talking to him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So you're staying busy,
I'm definitely staying busy. I mean, the kids keep me busy. I'm training some fighters, helping some fighters out.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll always, always stay in it.
I can't ever see you being a couch potato.
No way, dude.
Never happened.
But yeah, I'm coming for your weight, bro. Coming for your weight.
I had 253 today at the gym, but
no longer 100 pounds more than me.
I don't. Oh yeah, where you at?
I'm like 65.
Nice. What's the heaviest you've ever been in your life?
I mean, like one day on the scale, or like sustainable.
It's just either.
I think on the scale one time after I got up to like 76.
Oh, so you're right. Oh, 76.
Yeah,
so you're a ways away then.
But that was like
damn.
But that
when
was like
that?
Drinking beer. You know.
When
and it was
that?
probably getting on the scale at nighttime after drinking beer all day. You know what I mean? It wasn't like real.
Was that after like a crazy fight camp or something?
I don't know. When was it? Might have been. My first time I went down to 45.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Muniz. After Muniz? No, Muniz was 35. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. So Alvarez. I mean, not Alvarez. Aldo.
Yeah.
Aldo. Wow. Damn.
But it wasn't real. But sustain like me right now, like I got a little abs, and I'm like 65.
You always have. I've never not seen you with abs.
No, I'm 74. I didn't have fucking abs. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't see you, but I've never seen you not with abs. Sometimes, I mean, you're a little more shredded, and obviously when you go down to 135, you're absolutely shredded. But yeah,
I'm
crazy.
not too concerned.
No,
I feel good.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. You got a wife that loves you. You're all right. You're not out here competing with the masses, so you're good like me.
You don't want me out there competing.
You take them all? Take all the fishes?
I'd knock them over the head.
So, is if you're talking about more than one fish, do you say fish or fishes?
I think it's just fish.
Right. I saw that. Someone explained it and said it's true. If you're talking about, let's say, a salmon, you call it a fish. If you're talking about two salmon, you call it fish. Same thing, right? But if you're talking about multiple species of fish, you call them fishes.
Really?
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but someone told me that.
Look at all the fish.
There's
a lot of different now, but you would say there's a lot of different fish in the sea. You wouldn't say there's a lot of different fishes in the sea.
I don't know. Someone said it. I don't know. Maybe it's not true, but that's what someone told me, and I was like, really? Because I always just say fish. Doesn't matter if it's one or a million. I just always say fish.
Look at all the fish.
Yeah. Fish.
So. Fishes. The 7 fishes, right?
Yeah.
The feast of the 7 fishes.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
No, they say 7 fish.
Is it 7 fish?
I never heard of the word fishes.
I never had either until I saw this. Really? I don't think most people. That's why I don't even know if it's true. But anyway, what were you talking to me about today about? Something I've never heard of in my life.
I never heard of it either.
Remote viewing.
Remote viewing.
Never heard of it. I had to do my research on it, and I'm a skeptic. Now, I didn't do a lot of research. I watched a couple videos, and I'm a skeptic. It seems a lot like.
Well, let's
seems
read
a
the
lot.
definition. Let's read the definition.
Okay.
of shit. All right. Remote viewing.
Did this come up in like your social media stuff?
Yeah, it came up on my social media. I seen some person say, "How come we're not making a big deal of the I think she said the CIA. The CIA admitting remote viewing is real." So I was like, "What?" And then I went and checked it out, and I seen some people saying, "Oh, I want my kids to do this. Oh, there's people that could teach this." Right? So I'm like, "What is this?" So okay.
I'd be more concerned.
Remote viewing, RV, is the practice of seeking impressions about a distant or unseen subject, purportedly sensing with the mind. Typically, a remote viewer is expected to give information about an object, event, person, or location that is hidden from physical view or separated at some distance.
So in layman's terms, what does that mean? It means essentially...
It means like, listen, you go, say, okay, you're going to go, I guess you can probably just go upstairs, right? You can go upstairs, and in that remote viewing...
It would have to be somewhere you've never been, though.
Okay.
Or whoever the...
I don't know. Does it? It didn't really say that.
Yeah, because they can't have the experience. Well, I guess they can because they wouldn't know you're there. Well, no,
Yeah.
I guess so, right?
Well, whatever.
Right.
We don't know that, but we don't know well, it didn't say that. But I'm just saying, I think what it is you go up, so okay, say I haven't been there. Go to my fucking 2 neighbors down, a house I've never been in. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go in there, and I'm going to be able to, through remote viewing, based on your experiences, know what it looks like and almost what it feels like too, a little bit, right?
The entire experience, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that video on Vice.
Yeah,
had a guy go check out like an outside thing, right? And he said water was there, structures there, and you came up with things saying, well,
71% of the
world is water,
right?
I guess.
So it was a good guess,
still,
you know.
I mean, what if you're in fucking Iowa or Kansas?
I suppose. But they clearly weren't, because wherever they were, the guy walked outside and was there. Well, I mean, there could have been a time lapse. Yeah, you don't know. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was. I would 71% of the Earth is covered in water, so it's a pretty good guess to say. And the only other,
but I've been seeing when I looked more into the remote viewing, it's saying, oh, people have been doing this for thousands of years and this and that. Is this fucking just more bullshit voodoo? Right?
But he said, the guy that was talking about it, what am I calling him? A remote viewer? I was almost like a clairvoyant or a medium. They kind of do the same thing. They predict things or see things that others can't, right? Yeah. So he said, look, sometimes it's really, really accurate, and sometimes it's way off. So you're guessing.
Right.
Why wouldn't it always be on if you can see it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
That's just, I don't know. I'm always a skeptic of that stuff, although... Times are changing. I'm starting to believe more stuff that I never used to.
But how would
to.
this be of benefit to anybody?
Because people want to be special.
I don't know, but
people want to feel special. They want to say they have a superpower.
Think about this. Could this be? What if isn't this almost empathy though? Right, in a sense, right? Empathy is like I feel what you're feeling. Right? Is that empathy?
No, empathy is
empathetic. Like
feeling remorse or sorrowful for someone's.
Did you see Avengers and all that stuff? The girl with the antennas. She's an empath. I mean, she feels what you feel, right? Is that kind of essentially what remote learning is?
Sure.
No?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like a clairvoyant or like a medium. They can sense things or feel things that you can't.
Well, a medium talks through people. That's different, right? You're talking to a ghost, essentially. A medium does, right?
Right, but you're doing you have a connection that other people don't. Although this guy that I watched on this video said that everybody has it.
Yeah,
and he related it to there are some to musical instruments and how some people just have a knack for it. He said like some 4-year-olds can play the piano and play it perfectly, and then some grown adults, even with tons of practice and cannot, and he said it's kind of like that. You kind of either have fine-tuned skills at it and you'll be good at it, or some people, I don't know. Listen, I'm always a skeptic of stuff like that because number one, I never see it predicted with like great accuracy. Like it's kind of very vague.
So you've seen this before?
No. I just researched it a little bit today, so that's why I'm saying I'm not the foremost expert on this at all. But from what research I did today, the guy wasn't very accurate at all. What did you think? The 2 guys I watched. There was another guy with Ben Stiller that was like, throw the ball at me and I can feel it.
That's more of like an athletic thing, though. Like that was different.
I feel like he could see through the mask.
I know, but even still, though. Okay, we'll explain to the the guy was wearing a mask, and Ben Stiller was dribbling a basketball, and then you say throw it, and you figure it out. And the guy was catching it, he had a mask on, but it could just be a feel thing.
If you watch that,
listen, I bet you get a fucking wide receiver in the NFL, cover their fucking eyes. You throw a ball at them, they're gonna catch it because they know how to do it. That's probably what this guy is. It's not so much he knows where the fucking ball is.
I don't think that guy was a professional basketball player by
I'm
any
just saying
means,
he probably done
I bet he
that.
practiced that
exactly,
shit.
that's what I mean. He's probably done that.
So obviously, you're when you take away one sense, like sight, right? Your other senses become a little enhanced, right? So his hearing became a little enhanced, and he could hear him dribbling the ball. But if you saw that video, if you watched that video, then he says, "Okay, go further away. Don't let me hear you dribble the ball. Be quiet about it. Go to a place and throw the ball at me." And they cut the video. There's a cut. There's a fucking cut.
Bro, we're on a court.
Yeah.
And there's no other noise. I'm gonna hear you walking down the fucking
right.
court.
But I'm saying, why cut the video? Why not let it play all the way through? And then he throws the ball and he catches it perfectly. Well, I'd have felt a lot better about that video if they never cut it and it was.
You can't trust Ben Stiller either.
You can't trust anybody in Hollywood. Literally, no. You can't trust anybody. Period. Unless you have a personal relationship with somebody for a long period of time, you can't trust anybody. That's how I am now. You're kind of like changing my tune a little bit. I used to think there was a good and a bad side. I think most people are just all bad, and they're all in cahoots in some way. I don't mean to talk like that because it's negative, and I don't like to be negative, but I'm so fucking fed up, man.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
The people that are on the side that I guess I used to get excited about and maybe believe in, it's all lip service. They just give you lip service, tell you what you want to hear, and nothing happens. Nobody ever is held to task. Nobody ever goes to jail. There's never any consequences for anything. You become a politician today. Obviously, we're talking about politicians, and I don't want to make this the mainstay of the podcast because it's negative, right? But you become a politician today, chances are very good, you're going to be in power for 30 to 40 years, and you're going to be a millionaire within the first year, even though your salary is, $150,000. You're going to become a millionaire within the first year of being there, and by the time you retire, you're going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Do the math. How's that work? Explain that to me.
I don't know. Maybe we should run, bro.
How's that work? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm so fed up with it, man. So fed up with it.
Well, it's all, according to someone we know well, it's all going to work out all right.
We can say his name. He don't mind. He don't mind at all. He don't care. I think he's in love now, by the way, so I'm happy for him.
He's boo-loving.
He's in love now. He said he connects with somebody spiritually. It's on the same path as him, that has the same beliefs he does. We're talking about our boy Jesse. Jesse doesn't care. Jesse's all about, what does he say? The light and the how does he say that? Light, love, and light and love. He's all about light and love. So it's all positive stuff. But he's found himself a lady friend, and we're happy for him. So we're gonna see him even less than we did before because he's pretty much a hermit now.
Have you met her?
No, I don't think I ever will.
No?
He keeps them hidden.
Yeah?
He's probably the last 2 or 3 I haven't met.
Wow.
He used to bring them out, you know what I mean? That's when he was into going out, being social. He don't really do that anymore, you know? So he's waiting. He's waiting for the great reset.
The great reset.
He's waiting for the
great awakening.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it's nothing's going to really come of nothing.
No.
And this world's just getting crazier and crazier. Are we paying attention too much? Is that what it is?
The shooting that just happened, right? Obviously they're going to come after the Second Amendment. I don't want to weigh in too heavy, and this is a really something that I'm passionate about. But I saw something just to give you some stats, some numbers, something you can compare it to, right? That should prove to everybody, I don't care what side you're on, that they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Is that if they took the money that they've sent to Ukraine, they could have had, I think it was like $578,000 for every school in America. And there's something like 130,000 schools in America.
Right, yeah,
they would have $578,000 a piece for personal security.
Wow.
They could hire 10 cops at every school to make sure nobody goes in. So if you think the government gives a fuck about you, you're insane, you're stupid, and you need to wake up. They don't give a fuck. They just tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. I seen a meme. He said when I heard about the shooting, I said and there was a picture of Betty White. Say the word. Say her name.
Betty White.
When I saw the shooting.
Betty White.
No, you don't get it.
You lost.
Do you get it?
Betty White. You get it?
Bet he
Oh,
White. Right?
shit.
Betty White.
Yeah.
But guess what? It was a he.
Yeah.
It was actually a he. It was a he him. It was a he him.
I saw somebody put
They were.
Yeah, pronouns were.
were. Honestly, we
have a major mental illness problem.
100%, bro. And listen, I'm not trying to, come at a certain sect for that, right? But like, if you look at the last fucking couple shooters, a lot of them were kind of
last four.
Yeah, right. I mean, a lot of them were in.
And I'm not saying that doesn't happen
across the.
It doesn't happen across the board. It certainly does. But this one in particular held up a sign that says trans activist or else, with a bunch of pictures of like AR-15s or something like that.
Oh, this girl?
I'll show you the picture.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, that should be a telltale sign that maybe you want to watch that person. You know what I mean? Like,
wow. But I see that the
look at the sign.
Well, that was her.
Yeah. Look at the sign she's holding. I think maybe she should have been on some sort of watch list. You know what I mean? It's basically saying, I'm going to shoot shit up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Trans rights or else, with a bunch of pictures of guns.
A lot of these shooters always on the radar of whatever. Yeah, and I saw that, yeah.
Last four.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of these shooters always like, oh, they were on the FBI watch list or this and that. Like, why do we have this list if we never do nothing about it?
Well, but if you, as a parent, right, and you go to a school board meeting and you speak up for your child, they're knocking on your door. They're knocking on your door saying,
What do you mean?
That happened to a bunch of parents. The FBI showed up at a bunch of parents' house that went to school boards
they
that
were
were protesting
about COVID and stuff, right?
Masks, critical race theory, all those different things. And the FBI actually came and knocked on a bunch of doors and said, listen.
But what's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's my point. That's fucking, what? They're watching the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, they weaponized the Department of Justice.
Mm-hmm. It's disgusting. And I don't know, man. Like, do we have any hope in 2024? Do we? Is anything going to change?
I don't know. Like, okay. They're going after this dude, right?
Yeah.
They're going after Trump. They're going after him. Yeah. What happened though? Was he getting arrested? He was supposed to get arrested last Tuesday.
So the DA, right, had a hard on for him, and I think it all goes back.
New York DA.
Right. Wasn't it something related to the porn star and paying
Stormy
her off?
Daniels.
Stormy Daniels. It was related to all that, right? But he supposedly, you have to provide all evidence to both sides. You know what I mean? And supposedly he withheld a bunch of, what do they call it? Discovery. He withheld a bunch of discovery. And
Trump did.
No, the DA from New York.
Okay.
And that was supposed to be given over to the Trump team, held it back, tried to push these charges through, and then it came out. They did a little digging and said, look, none of this discovery was, and you can't do that. And everything, I guess, went away.
Well, I seen something that they had like a receipt, kind of like, in other words, Trump had a receipt saying, we didn't do this or they did this or something like that. Right. But
they're just, have you ever seen
they're just going
anybody get so persecuted as that man ever in your life? Ever.
Yeah.
By media, by the politicians, by half of America. Have you ever seen a guy get that persecuted?
Yeah.
Never.
Not really.
Never. Not in my lifetime.
Alex Jones.
Not as bad as Trump. Not even close.
It may be more warrant.
But Alex says more outlandish shit too. I'm not an Alex guy. Listen, a lot of what he says has turned out true, but I'd never really have listened to him. You know what I mean? He's a little too out there for me. And Trump says some crazy shit too, but his policies, I don't give a fuck about your personality. I don't give a fuck what kind of personality you have, as long as your policies are the best for America. That's all I care about,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Personality does matter, though.
To some degree, to get voted in, it's got to. But there's a lot of people that love his personality. You know, I'm not saying I do or don't. I don't want to really make this a personal thing because it doesn't matter whether I like his personality or not. I can see where people don't. I should say that, but it doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It doesn't matter. I like his policies. Everything was up, bro. Everything was winning. Name one thing that wasn't. What is winning now? What? Inflation through the roof. Fucking. What's your crypto worth now, Frankie? Where's your crypto at now?
Listen. It's actually coming back a little bit.
Yeah, like a very little bit.
It's coming.
Housing is fucking in the toilet. Fucking interest rates are through the fucking
gas
roof.
Prices, egg prices,
everything, bro. Everything. Yeah. Everything is in the fucking toilet, and people. Still, there's half of America that says everything's good.
But you see this banking crisis, right? That's going on,
yeah.
And they're going to bail them out again.
They're going to bail them out.
Make inflation even worse. I heard like a lot of people say during the 2008 housing crisis, they should have never bailed anybody out.
Never.
It would have been reset, and then we could have started over.
It's because the federal government owns the banks. That's
right,
why.
Right.
The Federal
Reserve
Reserve.
Print more fucking money.
That's it. That they don't have.
Inflation's going through the roof. Like, dude, is it? And now the dollar. You see this? They're not using the U.S. dollar for gas in Saudi Arabia anymore. Like, dude, that's gonna drop. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know enough. But
so
what do you do? Like, okay, say $100 is worth $1. Is everybody in America fucked? Like, how does that work?
That's
Seriously,
what they want, though.
No, I know, but how does that work? I'm being serious, right?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Okay, I'm saying if $100 is really worth $1, do we all go poor and starve?
No, you become more reliant on social services and the government.
No, but they can't have everybody.
Yes.
They can't have everybody.
No, the top 1% will remain the same. The rest of us will starve.
I don't know.
Top 1%.
Even the top 1%, but even the top 1%.
Maybe more. Maybe the top 5.
But
10.
I'm saying even the top 5%, like to them, like
you're in that bracket, buddy. Don't worry, you're good.
No.
I'm gonna move into your basement. You're good.
Maybe 2 years ago.
I'm kidding. You're smart with your money, whether you have a lot or don't. I'm just breaking your balls. You're smart with your money. You don't do stupid shit.
Yeah, but like,
you know,
I don't know though. You got money. It's in the bank. Inflation. That
Right.
money's worth fucking nothing.
Right.
What's the point of having money?
Yeah. Somebody said, who said it? Ian Smith, I think, said. No, it wasn't Ian. I forget who it was. Said, invest in gold. What are you gonna do? Put it in a backpack and fucking run for the hills?
I do.
You know what
I mean, I do. I don't know. Probably the right way is like they say, diversify, right? So you probably should do
a little bit here, a little
land,
bit there. Yep.
gold, crypto,
Yep.
this, that. You know.
Yep.
I mean, that's so fucking hard, man. Life is just too hard, bro. It's just too fucking hard.
And
I'm the adult.
These shootings,
right?
these
You're the adult. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah.
Think about that. I should not be in charge of nothing. You know what I'm
These
saying?
mass shootings, you just said life is hard, right? And we grew up in a good era. You remember your childhood was great, right? My childhood was fucking great. I feel bad for my kids, not my kids.
Yeah, but do you think your kids don't think their childhood's great?
Yeah, my kids do, but
Yeah.
they're probably better off than most, as are your kids. That's a fair statement. They have a mom that does very, very well. You know what I mean? You guys do well for yourselves, so they're not like every other family.
I got a mouse
out
in my
there.
pocket.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I understand that, and I'm grateful for it, but I also get that. You know what I mean? And so maybe they're in a little bit of a bubble that not all kids are in. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want to be a kid today. All the mass shootings are kids, bro. They're all kids. Every mass shooting you see, there's never anybody past the age of 25
committing them. Yeah.
Because it's a fucking mental world we live in, you know?
Yeah.
And mental illness is accepted. It's never questioned. What do you want to? You think you're a potato today? Okay, you're a potato. Awesome. You know what I mean? Nothing's questions. Everything is, fucking. We live in a mental world, bro. It's a fucking mental world. And kids are having a very hard time with it.
I mean, maybe I don't know about America or whatever, but there's been times throughout the history where people felt like we felt, right? They had to be like, "What the fuck? This is screwed up," and this and that. And
there's always a tipping point.
Yeah, but what do you do? You keep plugging away, no?
You keep plugging away till that tipping point happens. Yeah.
But I'm saying you keep.
According to Jesse, it's right here. It's going to happen very soon.
Dude, according to Jesse, bro. Okay. According to Jesse, the 2020 election never happened.
I know. Military tribunals. Military tribunals happening soon. I don't know,
It
bro.
ain't gonna
I don't
happen.
know.
I don't know. It's
what
a
to
no.
believe.
Not I don't know. It's no.
I agree. I'm with you on that. But what happens? What happens? Do we ever get any integrity back? Do we ever get honesty
We're
back?
sitting here 6 years from now
Yeah.
talking about the
17
same shit.
listeners. 18. So let's talk about that for a minute. What is your take? Do you think we suck as a podcast, Frankie, or do you think that we're shadow banned? Or do you think it's a combo of both?
I'd probably combo both.
I do. I don't think we're fucking amazing. I'll never stop doing it. But I enjoy hanging out with you, buddy. You're my buddy. You're my pal. I love coming down here.
Little tequila.
So I'll always do it, but we're not. But we're in the top 10% of podcasts in the U.S.
in the world.
I don't even know if that's true, but Robert Frank checked out our numbers.
Yeah.
And he said that, hey, listen, those are good numbers. You're in the top 10% in the world. So, fuck it. Sounds good. But, so regardless.
Broke?
Glass broke?
Nice.
What do you mean it broke?
The ice. The
I
ball.
thought you said the glass. Yeah, man. I don't know what it is either, but obviously we'd like to have bigger viewership, but we'll keep plugging away, pal. We'll keep plugging away. I think we're getting better. How long, Andrew? How long have you been with us? Louis was here for 50 episodes, right?
3 years in October.
3 years in October, and we did it about a year before that, right? So we've been about 4 years.
No, we'll be 4 years in next
January,
December,
February.
January.
Yeah.
So 3.5 years.
We'd have been 4 if 5 if I got your message right the first time.
I know. This is true. This guy.
I've told the story 100 times. But Frankie, he's a man of few words. Never likes to bother anybody. Try to get this guy to get a guest. Although he's fucking guys knocking it out of the park lately. He's getting guests left and right lately. But he don't like to bother anybody. He literally fucking, it's like pulling teeth to get him to bother somebody. Calls me up, and I'm sure he didn't even want to call me because that's just how he is. It was like, hey man, I passed him on the road. He's like, hey man, you ever think about doing a podcast? And I didn't get what he meant. I said, I thought he meant just me. Like you should do a podcast, Roger. No, he meant me and him. So I would, wouldn't you think he would say, hey, buddy?
I didn't mean me and him. I'm like, did you ever think about doing it? Like, are you into podcasts at all?
You didn't
like
say that.
I
Your
kind of
exact words.
I
know.
I know. First, I did, but then I was like, "Oh, you don't watch podcasts?" You're like, "No, not really."
I said I listen to Rogan once in a blue moon. Yeah,
I'm not into anything informational. I don't like learning nothing.
Listen, you've talked a few times about you've got some people in your family that have Down syndrome, right? And you're like, do they live a blissful life? Like, do they? Sometimes, man, what if you were just fucking? And I know you're gonna say I already am, but what if you were just stupid? You're just dumb. Yet you could make money and still get through life, right? Like you'd almost be better off, right? To not have to intake all this fucking.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
I mean, this is very sensitive. As a comedian said this, and I'm probably gonna fuck this up. This make me really sound bad.
Go ahead, let it fly.
No, but
it's our own podcast. What are we gonna do? I'll fire you. If it's bad.
No, the comedian was like, he was saying like, autistic people are like cats. You know what I mean? Like, but he's like Down syndrome people are like dogs. You walk in the house, dogs like, what are we doing? Where are we going? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? But like autistic people, like they just don't talk to you and shit. You know what I mean? They don't look at you. You know? Is that kind of true?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But like I said, well, I think we spoke about this when I talked about it. Like, I think Down syndrome people, they're my aunt's the fucking happiest person in the world. You know?
Yeah.
She don't know she's Down syndrome or handicapped or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like autistic people are stuck in their own head sometimes. You know what I mean? They're stuck in their own head.
It's such a, I mean, the spectrum is so big. I think people on the high end of the spectrum certainly seems like that, yeah. Yep. You know?
You wonder what that is, though.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it wasn't that prevalent in the 60s,
I
70s,
totally
and 80s.
believe it's something in our environment.
It's either got to be, to me, it's this, plastics or cell phones, right?
Something in the
Wi-Fi, maybe, something.
I'm not saying
around.
that occasionally maybe we didn't come into contact or go to school with or whatever when we were a kid, because there was always kids that would be a little off.
Yeah.
But they put a mainstream them. They all got, every one of them got mainstreamed. Sometimes I wonder if they were better off for it. You know what I mean? Every one of them got mainstream. I went to school with some kids that I was like, Yeah, fucking Joe's a little off, but he fucking graduated with me.
Yeah.
He's fucking working at, wherever now, but nowadays, like it's, what is it, Andrew, you'd probably know. What is it, like 1 in every 7 kids or something like that? 9 kids is autistic now? You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
history didn't change that much in the last 30 years. Something happened, right? So it's environmental stuff, for sure.
I would think so.
Our environment changed drastically.
But what?
All the things you just said. Cell phones, water, our water intake. I think water intake
Plastic.
Someone said you don't think about that. You know what I mean? You don't think about that much. Like food is always pumped down your brain. Like, you're eating processed foods, fast food, like it's all bad for you. But nobody ever really talks about water, what they put in the water and how it's almost unavoidable. Like you say, a lot of us say, look, I'm not drinking tap water, especially Tom's River has a little bit of reputation with Ciba-Geigy. A lot of people don't, but you're showering in it, right? You get a lot of intake through
Not
showering.
me, motherfucker.
You don't shower? You just
No, I got my whole house is on a filtration system.
osmosis, reverse osmosis?
Something, whatever they got. I don't pay attention, but I pay for it.
Did you, like, when they came here and did their whole spiel, does that get everything out of the water? You must have listened to the sales guy when he charged you $10,000 to put it in.
I trust Renee.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. Renee is very, very health conscious, like extremely health conscious.
She's on top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it like living. You know what kills us essentially? Like oxygen. Or what we need to live is kind of what kills ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, in order to live, we're dying.
You're a health nut. Your wife's a health nut. Jersey's not. It's probably one of the worst places to live for air.
For air.
For air.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not basing this on science because I haven't really done the research. I'm basing it on the fact that when I left Maine, I could see the stars with the utmost clarity every
that has nothing
single
to
fucking. So what is blocking it then?
Light
mean
pollution.
lights?
Light pollution.
No, I could go in the.
Yes.
Okay, so explain that. Before I say no, explain what you mean.
Light pollution. There's much more lights in the metro.
Okay, but if I
area,
go South Jersey, the middle of the fucking woods,
still more lights than there are in Maine.
And that's blocking out the fucking.
Could be. I mean, it could also. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. It could also be smog or clouds or whatever you think it is from the environment.
That's what it seems.
But
I'm not saying you're wrong either.
I think it's more because of light pollution. That's what I think.
Okay, fair. I would totally subscribe to that theory in more urban areas, sure. But if I went to South fucking Jersey where there's nothing, the Pine Barrens.
Bro, but South Jersey's fucking Philly's right there. Washington, D.C.'s right there. Baltimore's right there.
Doesn't that also substantiate what I'm saying with pollution?
It could, yeah, for sure.
And the air pollution?
But I think, how do you know there's
particles in the air?
But how do, again, I'm not saying it. How do we know the pollution ain't fucking going north to Maine?
Listen, all I know, and this is, this sounds stupid. There's no science in this at all. As I just remember, and every time I go home, I remember, like I was telling you, I took Daniel up there, who's obsessed, totally like addicted. I mean, like a crackhead, addicted to nasal spray, like addicted to it, right? Has polyps in the nose, the whole 9 yards, but has to have it. It's like a crack addict. We went up there, she didn't use it the whole time. You know what I mean? So, and the clarity at night and what you can see is amazing. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be, for sure. I could see that. It would make sense, right? I mean, we have a lot more industrialization.
But you don't believe, you said when I said the air quality down here can't be as good, you said no. And you said, wait, let me hear you out. Why did you say no at first?
No, because I thought you were talking about, I think it's more light pollution than that. That's what I think.
Okay.
But, no, I don't know. I wonder, does it go north? Does it go south? Does it go west? Does it go east? You don't really know.
I'm sure it does to a degree, but it doesn't in the density. It dissipates. The density that we have right here, being between Philly,
is greater.
New York, is much greater.
Yeah, but I bet you like California has
plus
worse smog
Jersey.
Than we do.
Yeah, but
see,
California's a huge state though. Northern California is pristine and beautiful.
I know, but
it's
I'm
huge.
saying L.A. has smog, don't they? Like you could see it. Like you can't see that shit around here.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you are a diehard Jersey guy, diehard Tom's River guy. You shout out Tom's River at the end of every fight you're in. If things got worse, and I'll just go on an environmental scale. If things got worse here environmentally, pollution wise, would you ever see you leaving? Now I could double that by saying, what about like school wise and socially.
Well, pollution would probably be more important than anything because that's my kid's health and stuff. So yeah, I would. If there was like pollution like that, I don't think we're like that though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not great here, bro. You know.
I don't know. I don't notice any. I don't notice anything.
Because you never lived anywhere else.
I did. I lived in Western Pennsylvania for 5 years.
Yeah, true. That is true. Yeah.
And that was very starry.
5.
Right.
Why not 4? Why did you do 5?
Because I redshirted, baby.
Ah, nice, pal. Nice. I don't know. Could be wrong. Listen, I love it. It's my home now. I don't want to leave either. It's my home. I love this just as much as I've spent more of my life in Jersey than I did in Maine at this point. But something about Maine, I always love it. I'll always love the pristine nature. Now, what I mean by that is when I go home, nothing has changed. I left there 25 years ago, and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like when I left.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I went to my college, and nothing's changed. And stuff did change, though. Like the college itself, like dorms,
probably the
stuff
college
like that,
itself,
dorms.
yeah.
But like the town,
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably a few years ago. Probably 10 years ago they went there. But yeah, the same waitresses working at the diner. You know? When
we had Beth Bartlett on, who I grew up with, I mean, it was I was probably like a freshman when she was a senior, but same town. I said, I think it's essentially the same, and she agreed. But I think she said it's gone up. The population has gone up to about 1,000 now. I think it was around 800 or 900 when I lived there.
Wow!
So it's grown by 100 people, or 200 people.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Yeah. I don't know what it would take. The difference between us is you're married, raising your kids together. I obviously separated from my ex, and we're raising kids together, but separately. I'm going wherever my kids go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to leave here because my job's here.
This what scares me a little bit. Like my family. Like I'm here. My parents are here. My sister's here. Right? We all kind of stayed in the same spot so far, at least.
Yeah.
Like your kids, you don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know. I mean, I hope my kids want to stay near me, but what if one of them goes to college, meets a chick from California, is like, hey, I'm moving to California, or I'm moving to fucking Iowa, or wherever, You don't know what life's gonna bring, dude.
100%.
It's so crazy,
just
man.
along for the ride, yeah.
Like your kids are such a big part. Like, dude, I see my kids every day, all day, and then to think about
the scary.
They might, fuck yeah, dude.
Scary. Yeah.
I mean, think about they go to college, and first off, they're gonna go to college. Some of them might go away to college, and then you're not gonna see them as much. Then they go meet someone at college, and I'm moving to a different state.
You at least have a buffering or a trickle down effect. Is they're gapped, right? So Francesco's probably gonna go away first. So you still got 2 at home to soften the blow,
Yeah, no.
Like people with an only child, that's gonna be a little rough, because that's their everything till they're 19, and then boom, they're gone.
Right.
So, yeah, I had. Well, you have a sister. My sister's older. Your sister's young. Are you close with your sister? I mean, I see her at all. You guys are close, right?
I'm pretty much 10 years older than her.
You're her big brother. She ever getting shit and whatever, call you up for advice? You guys close like that?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
I ran up with some kids back in the day. You know what I mean? No.
Had to fuck some kids up that were talking to her or something?
One time, I lived there.
How? This 10 years you're beating up fucking minors.
No. Listen. I wasn't beating anybody up, but I was living in the condo, and I get a call from my mom. This is my sister dated some kid, and she was in high school at the time, and I get a call from my mom. All these guys are supposed to come in here to beat up blah blah da da da. I'm like, ain't no one going there. Leave me. I'm going to bed, Mom. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And ain't no one going there. And because I had work the next morning. This is when I was a plumber still. And I get a call at 11 o'clock. I hear my mom, oh my God, like screaming. Like, and I hear a commotion going on. So I jump in my fucking truck, and I'm flying, running red light, flying, dude, flying. I pull up on these dudes. Right? I pull up, I hop out of the car, I kind of block them, I hop out of the car, and I just see my dad, going nuts, and this kid, and I'm like, which one? They point at the car, and I come over, and I just start blasting the shit out of this car, dude. Blasting. I boom, boom, kicking it, boom, and they took off.
Just because, they were going to fight with your sister's boyfriend, nothing to do with your sister.
No, but they were at my dad. They were my dad's out there.
True,
you know what I mean?
True.
So I went
Yep. There was this kid. I won't say his name because we actually get along now. He's the younger brother of the girl that I lived with in Jersey, April, who lived with me for 7 years. Totally plutonic, by the way. Everybody's like rolls their eyes and says, yeah, right, 100%. Married now, two children, still lives very close to here. Her younger brother, who is maybe 3-4 years younger than me, something like that. 3 years younger. We always butted heads, and it was always over girls. It was always over girls. And he and I fought. I was a little bigger, but I was a skinny, lanky kid. He was skinny, lanky too. So wasn't like I was big like I am now, And he was a little younger, but he had that dog in him. You know what I mean? He kind of had that I don't give a fuck. I'll get crazy. He was probably crazier than he was tough. Although he was tough too, But I was older, and I was like, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, fuck, I'll fight anybody. I don't give a fuck, right? But me and this kid butted heads. It was a number of times. I remember probably the worst one was he was dating this girl, and they'd been together for a while, and I started talking to the girl. Now, it's a small town. Like, small towns, people knows everybody's business. It doesn't take long for people to figure shit out. And I don't remember how we figured it out, but this girl and I hung out like one time, right? And he found it out. Well, one night she must have gone missing. She wasn't with me, but my dad was divorced at the time, and he started dating the woman he's been with now for 30 years. He sold the house we lived into to my cousin, moved in with her, and we converted the basement into an apartment for me, right? I was maybe like 19 at the time, something like that. Put a bathroom in, made a nice little studio apartment down there, right? Well, this kid shows up. I'd just gotten home. It was maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't with her. I was out with like friends, right? And I got home. Well, she must have been MIA, and he must have thought that she was with me, right? Well, he didn't know. He knew where I lived. He knew my dad's house, but he didn't know that I had a studio apartment downstairs with my own entrance, own door, the whole 9 yards, right? So I'm asleep, and I hear someone upstairs fucking in my dad's house yelling her name. I don't want to say her name, but yelling her name, right? And he keeps yelling it. And I woke up and had no idea. And I'm like, what the fuck is that noise, right? And I recognize it. It's like, holy shit. And he's yelling, and he's upstairs, and my dad's it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. My dad's sound asleep. His wife's sound asleep, right? So I'm like, holy fuck. So I just instantly get fucking pissed off, right? So I go upstairs, and by the time I get upstairs, he's already left, right? So I come outside, and he's in his truck, and he's backing up in the driveway. He's backing up to pull out and go up the hill and leave, right? Rip the door open, I jump in, I just start fucking blasting this kid. He grabbed a pen off the visor of his truck and started stabbing me in the chest with a pen, bro. Like actually like digging into my chest, like stabbing me with it, right?
What?
And I'm fucking just smoking this dude. Next thing I know, someone's on my back grabbing me, right? I'm like, fuck, now I got 2 of these motherfuckers, right? And I'm going to town because I'm like, you went to my dad's house, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pissed, right? You. And he's stabbing me, bro. He's got a pen. It like broke the pen, the whole 9 yards, right? So, and he's trying to fight back, but I'm pissed, bro. I'm angry, and I'm fucking just beating this kid. And someone's on my back, grabbing me, yanking at me, knock it off. It's my dad. Dad woke up, ran out in his whitey tighties. My dad's in his whitey tighties. Got me in like a bear hug, and I won't stop, bro. I'm just fucking, you know what I mean? And finally, he got my dad, and he peels out and took off, and maybe like a week later, right? This kid's still mad at me. I probably fought this kid 4 times at least, right? I'm at a buddy's house, and he drove by. This kid drives by. And again, we're cool now. He would laugh if I'm telling this story because I saw him at my old roommate's wedding, his sister's wedding, and we joked about it the whole time. He's in a great relationship now, so I'm only telling this story because it's all love now. But he drove by, still mad at me, turns around, jumps out with a baseball bat. I'm on my motorcycle. I had a GSXR 600 at the time. And I'm like, fuck, I can't fight this kid with a bat, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? He smokes my helmet. I had my helmet set on my bike, smoked my helmet, goes bouncing down the road. So I said, bro, you want to fucking scrap? Put the bat down, right? Won't put the bat down. So he jumps in his truck, pulls out. I chase him on the motorcycle. I'm fucking probably not the best thing to do because this guy could fucking run me over, right? But I didn't care. Like I said, I was like 19, 20. We get to this, again, this is small town, right? We get to this little single lane fucking road. pull up, he stops on side road. So I stop, put the kickstand down, whatever. I run up. He backs the truck up like 90 miles an hour, just misses me, and I thought he was going to run the bike over. Just misses the bike, and he jumps out with mace and fucking maces me, then sprays my bike down with mace. Like, I don't know what that was doing, but sprayed the whole bike with mace. Didn't really get me bad. I wasn't like blind or anything like that, but I'm like, bro, fucking be a man. You know what I mean? Like, fucking be a man. Fast forward about a week later, I'm sitting in Millbridge on the motorcycles. It's like Millbridge Days parade and shit. I'm sitting there. There's like 3 of us on motorcycles. So we were like, we were like the cool kids because we got crotch rockers before everybody back in the day, right? I fucking grew up on motorcycles. So I'm there with a couple of my buddies. We're sitting in town. He drives by, sees me, turns around, comes back. Well, now his dad's with him, right? So his dad jumps out. My roommate's dad, right? Who I know and I like, but like, I guess he was pissed at me too, right? So he's telling his son, kick his fucking ass, kick his ass. So I jump off the bike, and he was with a friend too. And my friend, Andrew Woodard, is fighting the friend. Me and this kid clash, right? We're fucking going at it. We get down on the ground. I remember he didn't have a shirt on. I'm fucking dropping elbows on him and shit, and he grabs me by the junk, bro. Grabs me by the junk, and he's just fucking squeezing. I'm like, fuck. Like, it's the last thing you expect in a fight. Someone's going to grab you by your dick, right? So I'm like fucking screaming, and his dad's yelling, fucking rip his dick off. Rip his dick
I'm
off.
fucking that guy's dad up, too. Fuck
So
that.
I
I'm
remember
fucking that guy's dad up.
somehow I fucking reversed it. He got up and started running. You know that move when someone's running away from you and you're running behind you,
Yeah,
do that
kick-
foot
yeah.
sweep?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I did that, and he fucking went down, scun his face all up, he had no shirt on, so his chest was all scun up and
That's
shit.
great.
Got in the car and left. Anyway, I think we fought like one other time after that, but yeah, we fought a ton of times. Always over that girl. Always over that girl. I never even banged her.
No?
No.
Yes, he did.
Hooked up
Yes,
with
he
her.
did.
No,
Yes, he
hooked
did.
up.
Yes, he did.
Didn't bang. So, yep. Yeah.
The dad should have got his ass beat.
His dad's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's the dad's a little bit of a player. I remember he was like with every MILF in town.
There was no MILFs in your town.
Well, for what we had to offer. But yeah, it's crazy because so close to that family, the mom, the dad, the aunt, especially April. I love April. We talk all the time, and love. She lived with me for 7 years, bro. 7 years. Never. Everybody's like, she's a pretty girl. Everybody's like,
in Maine?
Jersey. She graduated college. She's younger than me. And she graduated college and called me up. She got a, what do I want to say, a master's, I guess, in speech therapy. And she went to Australia, did like an internship in Australia, and called me up and said, hey, I graduated. I got no plan. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just kind of want to chill. Can I come down and live with you? And, I'll rent a room or whatever. So I was like, sure. Bro, she got a job at Fridays. I felt so bad for this girl. She moved down here. She had a little 6-cylinder convertible Mustang, moved everything she had down here, moved into my spare bedroom. I'd only been in my house like a year or two. I just bought it. So it would have been like 2004, 5, 6, something like that. And she picked up the day shift at Fridays. You don't make any money on a day shift at Fridays, right? She'd come home, she'd work like a fucking 6-hour shift and come home with like $30. I felt so bad for her. So she ended up getting a job, nothing to do in the speech therapy field. I forget
She
what.
had a master's? And she's working at Fridays?
Maybe bachelor's, I don't know.
Maybe.
Something. She graduated with the speech there because she just got a job right away, right? She just needed a job. She was a college girl. She didn't have any money. So she's like, I need a job. She waitressed all through and bartended all through college. So it was like the first thing she could get. And then she ended up getting a really good job, and she probably makes more money than I do now. So, and she's married to a great guy.
Lives down here still?
Lives in Forked River, right on the water.
Nice.
Beautiful house on the water. Lives a very, like, April was the most outgoing. Everybody loves April. Most outgoing, charismatic. Like, nobody not liked April. Everybody loves April, right? And then she had 2 kids and lives this really, really quiet life now. Very off the grid, very quiet, you know what I mean? So I totally respect that, but it's rare to ever see her out, or she's just always with her kids, always at home with her husband. And yeah, it's funny. It's funny because her husband Mike's he's the nicest guy ever, right? Has a very successful business. He Jesse wanted us to go skydiving. He doesn't really know Mike, but he said, come down. I just got certified where I can do the videography on the way down. I can like attach the camera to my helmet and I'll film it. And I really want to do it. I had to take a special class for it. Come down, get a couple people, come down, do it. I was like, sure. So I told April about it, and she's like, I'm going to get it for Mike for his birthday, right? So we went down. It was me, Mike, another friend of Mike's, and somebody else. Like 4 of us. We all rode down together. We get down there. We're all pumped to do it or whatever. You got to take the class, right? And right before you go, they weigh in, right? And 250 is max weight, right? Max fucking. You can't be 250.3. They'll say you can't do it. It's insurance purposes, right? So I weigh in. I was like 243, right? So I was good. Mike weighs in. He's like 254. They're like, he's like, oh, I'll just take my jacket off. Took his jacket off. He was like 253. They're like, I can't jump. He's like, really? I'm 253. Took something else off. He's like 252. Like, nope, can't jump. They're like, listen, we've had people before that run around the parking lot, right? Like put a like
plastic
that would be you. Put a plastic, plastic bag or garbage bag, and run. He's like, fuck you. I ain't fucking running around this parking lot. You know what I mean? So he was
big guys, huh?
Bro. No, he's he's big, but he's like not like fat, you know what I mean? He's just a big dude, So, bro, pissed off. He was so fucking pissed off, bro. I felt so bad because we still went up and jumped, and he had to sit in the field, watch us come down and shit. So yeah, he never said a word on the way home, not a word. He was mad at April because she had to like type it in the computer, and she put 250. And he was like 253, and they wouldn't let him jump. So yeah. So if any of you guys are going skydiving, the cutoff's 250, and if you're 250.2, they won't let you jump.
So no skydiving.
Now I don't know. If I strip down to my underwear, I'd probably 250.
Can you weigh in your underwear? I'm
sure they don't give a shit what you weigh in. So yeah, I was 253 today at the gym, but a hoodie on, sweatpants, sneakers. If I could make 250.
Yeah, you got that.
So yeah, buddy. Speaking of that, we got to go. We got to do a bunch of shit, bro. We talk about all this shit we're gonna do.
Go.
You don't want to go? Why?
I don't know.
What do you must.
I don't know. I'm not into it anymore.
Not into it because there's a fear of something going wrong, or not into it just because it's all day. I'm not into it because there's an all day thing for a 20-minute jump, 10-minute jump.
Yeah,
it's an all day affair.
Right.
It's 2-hour ride down there. It's an hour of class. Then you got to wait
an hour
for the
class even for tandem.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Every time you got to take it. So I'm like,
when I did it back in the day, I didn't do tandem because I was like, yo, I don't know this guy. I'm gonna go jump on some guy's back I don't even know.
So
what if he gets a hard on?
That's probably.
No, I'm joking. I'm saying, what if he is having a bad day and he wants to take me out with him? You know what I'm saying?
Fucking idiot. What if he gets hard on? You die with a smile at least. What was I going to say? Oh, that is such an impressive story to me because no way you could do that today. No fucking way that would fly.
I did it illegally.
I know. Well, illegally because you had a fake ID.
Yeah,
right. But legally in the sense that back then
you were allowed to do that. Yeah,
you could take. Well, it was like a longer class.
It was an all-day class.
Yeah, and then you were allowed to jump by yourself. Now, when you say that, for anybody out there thinking that he just jumped and fucking hucked it, and you had people that jumped with you just in case something went bad, right?
The suit I had piping on it,
right?
So kind of like handles.
Right.
So when I jumped, they jumped with me at the same time. Right. But I'm literally not attached to anybody.
Right.
But you're doing the test. You're doing the first certification.
Yep.
So whatever, check your altimeter, check this, check that, check your left, check your right, Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
That is cool. That'd be a little intimidating to me. If I was there with you and you did it, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going to do it just because he did it. But I don't know if I'd do that. I'm not as ballsy.
I told you, when I did the class, I was in class with all these older people. And again, they thought I was 21. I was fucking 17. Probably looked like I was 15. And all these people, because we were supposed to go that day, and the wind was too high. So these people weren't staying over. I was staying overnight with Steve anyway. So they were like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to jump, We're just going to do the tandem. So these guys all went tandem. They came off like, dude, I don't know if you should do it, man. I don't know if you should jump by yourself. It was crazy. Holy shit, that was so crazy. Don't jump by yourself. And I said, balls of steel. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, bro.
Fuck you.
I ain't you. And now I don't have those balls of steel,
You're still got more balls than most people, but like just for me, going to the amusement park rides in Seaside when I was a kid. Like I never got that motion sickness shit ever. Like a lot of people just get
I
it.
do.
You know, my daughter gets it. My ex-wife gets it. Driving in a car, like they get.
I get it. Yeah.
I don't get it at all. My son doesn't get it either. I never got it. Never got it as a kid. No ride I wouldn't go on. I go now, and my kid wants me to go on shit. I get a little queasy, bro. Never to the point where I'm gonna throw up, but I'm like, this ain't fun.
I can't do anything spinny.
Really?
And then I used to be able to. Like, I could do roller coasters, but now even like if I do a roller coaster, I need.
Will
like,
you actually get physically ill?
I will throw up.
You will.
Yeah, I will throw up. I mean, no, I'll throw up and rally. I'll be good once I throw up. But yeah, I won't feel.
Just for
Even,
me,
dude,
it's not enjoyable.
I fly to Vegas, and because the mountains, like it's always like real turbulence at the end, and they circle sometimes. Probably 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 times, I'm throwing up after that.
Really?
And I'll wait sometimes till I get to the hotel.
Really?
And I'll be like, and I'm fine, and I'll get to the hotel, I'll get in the bathroom, I'll be like, bleh, and I'll fucking feel like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we're not built like we used to, man. I'm definitely not. I don't want to speak for you.
But even like when I was a kid, I couldn't do spinning rides either.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was golden as a kid. Nothing I wouldn't go on or do or nothing. And drive. Like I would be angry. The Roger today, if I saw a kid driving like I used to drive now, and I see him once in a while. Like I live on, where I live off.
Yeah.
I live off, quiet little streets, like 20-mile-an-hour streets. A kid went by one time, probably doing fucking 70, and I wanted to chase this kid down and kill him. And I drove like an asshole when I was a kid with no fear.
I drove like an asshole 100%, but I don't know about in back roads. I always felt like I was kind of like.
I think it's safer on back roads.
No, but driving fast with kids and stuff, like that's what. Sometimes I'll see people in my neighborhood driving fast. I'm like, bro, there's fucking kids everywhere, dude.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But when I drove like an asshole, like there's a road back there, Route 182. They call it Black's Woods Roads, and it's dark. They call it Black's Woods Road because it's so dark. At nighttime, it's the darkest dark you've ever seen, right? Like, and the woods like crawl. They like build this fortress.
That's why you can see all the stars, buddy.
Over the road, yeah, it's just pitch black up there. And I used to drive that road like we used to try to like set time trials from a certain point to like get back home. Who could do it the quickest? And you can't maintain a lane, bro. You go up over hills, like it's just big hills on the opposite side of the road, and just stupid, just dumb, fucking dumb, just an idiot. But I had no fear of dying. There was no fear, Now I do,
Yeah.
Now I get pissed at people that do stupid shit.
But
like
what's
that.
your fear of dying?
What do you mean? What's my fear of dying? Because I live for my children now. I don't live for me.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
Like back then, I just lived for me, and I wasn't worried about. I didn't think repercussions or. I didn't think like that. I was just like, it'll all work out, And if something bad does happen, I'll be fine. I just always thought I'd be fine. You know what I mean? Now I don't think like that. I think like my kids need a father. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that I'm not scared to die. I'm scared of the people I leave behind. Scared for the people I leave behind, and not like what am I gonna do for them anyway? Being here, but I just rather be here to see it all happen.
I don't know what you mean by that. What am I?
I'm just saying
they need you,
of
bro.
course. Yeah, I do believe that, but I do think if I wasn't here, I think my kids will end up all right.
Of course, they would. They have a strong other leader in the family. Right. They would adapt. Right. That's what they do. But life would be drastically different
for sure. But I'm saying it's more of a selfish reason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Say that about anybody. If I died, Jenny'd be fine with my kids.
Yeah.
This is horrible and heinous to say, and not horrible and heinous. I'm just giving. If Jenny died, my kids would be fine. I don't want that to happen. Yeah. I want us to both see our kids get married, see our kids, grow old, and then I want to die when there's no life enjoyment left. When I'm an old man that can't get out of my own way, I want to die.
When my dick can't get hard.
Yeah, well, you told me you just started. You get that Viagra through the mail. Is that working out? You like? Oh, Cialis. Sorry, you said Cialis.
Come on, bro. Come on.
You don't need that shit. You're on the roids now.
No. Negative.
You still texting pictures of eggplants to Renee on the daily?
That's it. That's the bad sign.
That's his bad call.
Bad signal.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right, Raj.
All right, pal. It was a good little go.
It was a good little bro session.
I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you.
So you don't have to go to fucking therapy. I got you.
It's true. That's true. This is kind of my therapy, buddy.
It is.
I
berate you.
You're
I fucking beat you down. You got to feel good leaving here.
You're a simpleton, though. Your advice is like, you just like,
Stop
toughen
being
up.
a pussy.
Fucking toughen up.
That's honestly.
I'm being a fucking bitch.
Honestly, I need to be.
It's good advice.
I need
Good
to be
advice.
the next Andrew Tate, the next Wes Watson, the next. Who was the other guy? Cody Jefferson.
100%.
Stop being a fucking pussy
100% you could do it.
and have God in your life. No, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like right, those guys, all those guys, most of those guys, not all those guys, because then you have like the Jordan Petersons. His resume is not great. Highly intellectual human being who's very well read, very well spoken, but doesn't have the resume Wes Watson does. Doesn't have the resume.
Well, what do you
Andrew
mean
Tate.
resume? What do you mean
Like
resume?
they're badass motherfuckers. Andrew Tate's
Yeah, but they're totally different. You can't compare those two. It's the same.
I'm talking about strong masculine roles, right? What are you talking about? Jordan Peterson's a strong masculine role. You wouldn't say that?
I don't know.
Some of the. I mean, I could give you some of the quotes.
I know.
you said.
I could see them. Yeah, I know. Those are.
Doesn't it come down to your resume? That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying the picture that he paints, yes, but does he live it? Right. That's
what I'm saying.
Right.
You have the resume, bro. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
open up one of these, and the cool thing about it is, if you ever did,
Roger, can you sign up? Are you my first
I would
would client?
100%, bro.
Client?
I would endorse you.
Listen,
all day.
I'll give you one session.
You kind of already have been giving me freebies for 4 years now.
Yeah. Here we go.
You know, so
I got experience
I
already.
appreciate you, but that is
Then
always
you just write me a testimonial. That's
you're
all.
you're a
Write me
simpleton, bro. You're a simpleton in many ways, in a good way. Like your advice always is the same thing. Fucking stop being a bitch. Fucking toughen up. And then, like, I ask you, and most people like have a game plan, right? Most people give these in-depth fucking answers or whatever. But every time you go into a fight, and I've been doing this shit with you for 4 years, and even before that, I ask you on a personal level. You'd be going into these. You never had an easy fight in your life. You'd always be going into these huge fights, and I always say, "Bro, what's the game plan? What do you do? How you thinking? Where's your mind?" Fucking foot on the gas, just like always, man. Just fucking foot on the gas and fucking go, and you know, like you're simple with your way of life, and it works. And I think you'd be good at that, bro. If you did something like that, and you decided to be a strong masculine role for young people, you would do well.
I think it'd be cool. I feel like I'd do that to the kids,
Wrestlers,
my kids,
yeah.
wrestlers I'm around, right? That's more real. That's more grassroots, right?
Sure.
'Cause, you know, I'm around them.
You're not
They
looking
see
to
me.
get paid for it.
And I'm
Yeah.
not even looking to get paid for it, you
Right.
know. But like to do that, to be like one of these guys, you have to stroke yourself. And I'm just not that guy,
You're
bro.
not. You're
I'm just
not.
not that guy.
You're not. I agree. But could you do it to put food on your table?
Oh, for sure.
I'd do about anything to put food on the table.
Yeah. Would you stroke me?
How much? All right, bro. Good go.
Yeah,
I always enjoy
always,
it down here in the basement with you. So
Always.
let's go.
Guys, make sure you follow us, like, subscribe, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much everywhere podcasts are available. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Yes, helps us out a lot. Subscribe's important. Thank you, guys.